Everyone is concerned about their financial situation, regardless of which side of the aisle they're on. The rich, just like the poor, endure sleepless nights over money. The fact that someone has a lot of money in the bank does not imply they are happy. In fact, they are more concerned with their financial stability. Having a lot more money invites troubles of all kinds. So it's naive to believe that rich people enjoy a carefree life. You may believe that once you become wealthy, your difficulties will evaporate. But this is never the case. Those who are less well off may find this position implausible. The truth, however, is that the wealthy face a number of financial challenges. If you're wondering why rich individuals have money troubles, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. You may wonder why the rich worry. Why can I have all the money in the world and still be disturbed? Well, let's find out. Number 1. Need to create more wealth. For wealthy people, watching their money pile up is some kind of sport they take pleasure in. Losing at this game becomes so disturbing that it becomes a traumatizing experience. As the amount of money keeps increasing, wealthy people are ecstatic and devise means to create more money even when it's not necessary. This is a typical practice among the world's wealthiest people. Consider some like Elon Musk, who has so much money that it would take a lifetime for the average individual to spend it. When someone has spent a healthy part of their life accumulating wealth, it becomes hard for them to stop. There's also the mindset of why stop now when you can have more? I mean, if you own $50 million in your account, why not make it 100? Number 2. Leaving a legacy. The wealthy think in the long run, they plan for the future as well as the present. They are planning to construct empires for their heirs to inherit the future. However, this isn't true for everyone who has wealth. Some parents opt not to give their children free gifts in order to avoid making them feel entitled. Instead, they donate their fortunes to the charities of their choice. You prepare a will to ensure that all of your money, assets, and property go to the correct people. Parents must ultimately decide what they want to leave their children. For most people, dividing everything evenly among children is a simple decision. However, some well-known multimillionaires and billionaires have stated that they will leave little or nothing of their estates to their children. Many parents want their children to take over, regardless of their financial acumen. This could be monetary or in the shape of a business empire. Others donate their wealth to churches and charitable groups that will put them to good use for their members. They have put in a lot of effort over the years, and they believe it's only right that they support those who are less fortunate. When you become wealthy, your financial difficulties do not go away. There are forces beyond our control that can undo all of your efforts to accumulate money. Rich individuals fear the day they no longer have to work, since work has become such an important part of their life, and there is also the allure of wanting to become even wealthier. Number 3. Long-term care. A private room in a nursing home might cost well over $100,000 per year on average. That money is worth $1 million if you multiply it by 10. To be honest, $100,000 isn't a lot of money if it covers all costs. The problem is, many nursing homes have residents with spouses who live at home, or even worse, who require support that costs $100,000 each year. Aside from that, the house and car are still required. It can be unsettling to think about investing so much money in care, especially for rich people. It is a well-known fact that the wealthy value their money, so spending so much money on a nursing home isn't really a high priority for them. Given the enormous expense of specialized care, it is easy to see why many believe they can never have that much money. There are always unanticipated costs that must be settled. Consider that most people never achieve their financial goals and have no other options, but the less readily you shrink, the wealthier you get. Number 4. Giving up work and the income. It goes without saying that some people enjoy their jobs, while others dread them and look forward to the day they will retire. Some people's identities are linked to their jobs. As a result, when they think about retirement, it brings them sadness. You'd think that suddenly being wealthy would be the ultimate passport to freedom. The world would be your oyster if you didn't have to worry about money. Maybe you'd support a good cause or pursue a sporting passion, but work? Certainly not. However, staying working after becoming suddenly rich is more common than you may imagine. After all, despite having the financial means to retire, a number of high-profile millionaires, including some of the world's top CEOs, have not done so. Because they have advanced jobs or operate businesses, wealthy people's careers are ingrained in their personalities. They see their business as an important aspect of their lives, as if it were an oxygen tank that keeps them alive. The majority of wealthy people have higher than average incomes, making it difficult to let go of them. Would you put your hustle on hold if you were earning twice as much as the previous year? Or would you keep going to see how far you could push the money? It's only natural that you'll end up with a sizable bank account as the money accumulates year after year. The general belief among the public, particularly among the impoverished, is that wealthy individuals have their fortunes handed over to them. Meanwhile, these folks have put in a lifetime of effort to reach the position they hold now. Number 5. Economic changes. There are some things over which we have no control. There's the weather, and then there's the economy. The economic tide might wash away the riches you've built up over time, leaving you powerless to stop it. Inflation has been known to wreak havoc on some people's holdings, and market values can surge. You have no control over any of these things. Real estate and stock markets can also take a hit. Every now and then, someone predicts a massive economic downturn that will persist virtually indefinitely. That wouldn't be a problem, except you're in the accumulating phase and living on the money. Tax regulations can also be a stumbling obstacle because they are always changing, although not necessarily in favor of the wealthy. These folks pay close attention to the legislation because even little changes might have a negative impact on their income. A 5% rise has a substantial impact on someone with a high income's finances. They do their best to account for economic changes that may have an influence on their finances, but no risk can be completely eliminated. Number 6. Outliving the money. The fear of outliving one's wealth is a major concern for the wealthy because no one knows when they'll die. They're concerned about the possibility of dying when it's time to enjoy all that money. There are simply too many unknowns to ensure that you will never run out of cash. It's a popular misconception that wealth solves all issues, but this is not the case. You must keep in mind that while wealthy people have more money, they also have larger bills to pay. While the average person may survive on $50,000 per year, the rich will need up to $250,000. Using what is regarded to be the safest draw rate of 4%, you'll need nearly $6 million to have this $250,000 income. That isn't even taking into account the hefty tax rate. They may scale down their lifestyles, but the day will come when they will run out of money. At the end of the day, the wealthy, like everyone else, are concerned about money, but it's a good type of concern. Some people believe that a rich man's anxieties are less important than a poor man's. Consider the kind of worries that they have, so that you might learn to avoid them if you ever become wealthy. It's important that you have reasonable expectations, so you don't become too agitated when the financial storms hit. What do you think about these worries? Are they legitimate worries? Can they also be avoided? Comment below. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if it was helpful. And if you're new to our channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. See you next time!